And we will hear from the 교구장님. We are in the third week of December. I'm happy to see all of you. First, let's read from the 전성경, page 353. Page 840. The way of the principle is not just for man, but God, too, can only meet man through this path. God must make effort, and man must also make effort to go the way of the principle. Only through the way of these two principles can there be a victorious reunion. Then, what is evil? Evil is something that opposes the way of the principle. From the New Testament, John 8:32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. In the reading that we had, it says that this is a path that heaven goes and human beings also go. Those of you who trained for the education of the principal lecture course, those of you who studied to lecture for 10 minutes as well as 3 minutes, you have received your certification today. For 2.5 years, these people have studied to become principled workers who can offer glory to heaven. This service is dedicated. We were not the ones who prepared it, but it was prepared by heaven. And we pray that this can bring all of you grace. On December 15th, True Mother called together the ministers nationwide to hold a special meeting. And at this time, Mother said that a Shin Korea Family Federation will be started. This name, this Shin, means that this is a family federation that will attend Heavenly Parent, God. This Heavenly Korea Family Fed is starting with a new age. This Heavenly Korea Family Fed came with personnel changes. And Reverend Ryu Kyung-sok was named as a board member of nurturing of global personnel. And Reverend Lee Gi-sung was also given a position. He was the director of Jeonpyeong, and Reverend Park Gil-nam as well as Reverend Ju Jung-tae was given a position of vice president, and viewing Korea as a continent, Korea was divided into 5 districts. An organizational restructuring was made. Gangwon, Gyeonggi, and Chuncheon, and the Honam region, and District 5 is the Yeongnam region. So these are the 5 regions that all of Korea was divided into. And at the same time, Yoon Jong-no, the vice president of Segeilbo, became head of the Peace Ambassadors Association. He became chairman of the Peace Ambassadors Association. This kind of personnel change and a restructuring was held. Now, why did Mother do this? From her words, the road that we will go is one, and the ultimate goal is to restore the nation. Vision 2020, and until that time, we need to restore this nation. This is a heavenly mission. So based on this, the restructuring was held. And summarizing Mother's words in a word, national restoration, and in order to accomplish this, to unite with true parents and the only begotten daughter. And so to start with this in mind, with this kind of faith, we will start anew as the Heavenly Shin Korea Family Federation. Earlier, we awarded the certificates to the principled workers, and the significance of this is that until now, period of almost 3 years, for a certain period of time, the members studied to be able to express the principle in their own words, through their own lips. And in order to become workers of the principle. Why do we need to do this? And why is the work of the principle important? Now, where can we find the answer to this? When God asks us, "Who are you?" what do we say? Yes, I am a heavenly tribal Messiah. That, I believe, should be my identity. The Heavenly Tribal Messiah That is the answer that God is hoping for. So if we are these heavenly messiahs, what shall we do? In order to fulfill the mission of the Heavenly Tribal Messiah, HTM, first of all, we have to become principal workers. I have been asserting this, and I have been focusing on this, centered on the principle. We should be able to respond to the questions that are given to us. We should each become a lecturer, and that is the way to become an HTM. Don't you think so? The second point is to realize the mission of the HTM. There is a strategy, the butterfly plan that we have been focusing on this year. The 163, a butterfly strategy. And through that strategy, what do we move on to next? 60 days till D-Day. In order to become HTMs by then, we need to offer the Hoondok Family Church. And so we are making preparations for this. To fulfill the mission of the HTM, we need to set up the Hoondok Family Church. We need to establish our tribe. And so in 2017, we would have prepared the foundation for this. And in 2018, we will be expanding this. And that is why we have been training for 3 years to become DP lecturers. And so today is a day that we celebrate the fruits of our efforts. And our members will be expressing what they have internalized. Each must have the capacity to become principal workers, and next year, all members should be certified as principal workers. And so with this in mind, I like to say this. If you are trying to witness to someone, you will throw out a question, and you have to have the principled background to do that. Today, 4 people will throw out some questions, and the answer is a 10-minute speech, but today we will abbreviate this to 7 minutes, and we will listen to 3 give their presentations. The presenters today are from age 7 to 70. 7 to 70. And so, regardless of age, anyone can do this. And let's give every one of the speakers today a round of applause.